is it from? Pakistan? I love your dress. Beautiful. Also from Pakistan, everything from Pakistan. Your bag is beautiful. ¿Se puede sentar ahí su papá? ¿Tú crees? Maybe we can move a little bit the chair, no? So he can sit. How do you pronounce your father's name?
Ziauddin.
Ziauddin, which means, has a meaning?
Light of faith. Oh, yeah.
Wow. And he's been that for you, no? And Malala?
It means grief-stricken. Sad.
सितम हमने बहुत खुद पर
I have a daughter your age.
She's 17?
17. Well, she's 16, almost 17.
So
We talk about you a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
really.
you for your support.
No, really, you're an inspiration.
Let us pick up. Let us pick up our books and our pens. They are our most powerful weapons. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Education is the only solution. Education first. Thank you.
Right over there. It's okay.
Finished.
Are you always dressed like this?
Yeah,
Always?
always.
You feel comfortable? Never Western, no jeans, no.
I don't feel comfortable in
No,
jeans.
you don't like them?
We have some talent.
Master of Arts.
You look beautiful. You are beautiful. Beautiful soul, beautiful spirit.
Thank you. So nice of you. Do you speak Spanish?
I speak Spanish, yeah. I'm from Mexico.
So, hola, me llamo Malala. That's it. Gracias.
But you've been learning?
I learned
Are you
it for
studying?
like a few weeks, but I couldn't complete it, couldn't finish it. So it's quite difficult for me.
But it's a beautiful language also. Spanish is
I
beautiful.
like Spanish compared to French. I like Spanish more.
Better than French? Do you also speak French?
No, but I went to school, so they let me to try German, Spanish, and French.
I'm French.
And I tried all these, and I chose Spanish. So it's good.
It's beautiful, yeah.
French, they write something else and they say something else. It's quite difficult for me.
Is it?
I like
It's sweet. It's a very sweet language, French. Do you know some words also in French?
bonjour and au revoir. Jama pel Malala.
कर दे दुआओं में हमारी कुछ असर दे तेरे लुत्फ़ो करम पाजी रहे हैं.
So how many languages do you speak?
I speak Pashto, Urdu, English. 3 languages.
But you studied English at school when you were in Pakistan? But you speak perfectly English. Perfect English. Really English. Do you feel comfortable?
Oh, yes.
Yes?
Very good.
Your mother is back home? Now in England? Or is she here with you?
She's with us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both my brothers and she.
Always? She always travels with you?
Because my brothers, they go to school and sometimes I miss school, so
I know.
then they can't go with me.
How old are your brothers?
One is 15 and one is 10.
Please. No, thank you. It's a pleasure getting to meet you both. Really. I've heard so much about you and read so much about you and what you've been doing. It's really an honor.
Have you read our book?
The other one,
Not this one.
Not this one. This one
It's
we
for
just.
children.
I know. Yeah, which is a very good idea.
It's more about
because-
her, and that contains my story as well.
Yeah.
So she sometimes jokes with me that the title of that book should be I'm Malala and this is my father's story.
But you work together a lot now. You've always been very close, very attached, no?
We are one soul in two bodies.
Ah, wow. Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I'm the only girl. No?
Yeah. I have two boys.
I know, she's telling me. 15 and
10.
10.
They are there to fight her.
Well, that's normal, no? In the family.
I sometimes now side with them.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I believe in equality.
No, they're
Who stands
discriminating.
for you?
No one.
No one?
Now there is no one. My
Your mother?
No, she was always on their
The whole
side.
world supports
No.
her.
Well, that's very...
The whole world supports her. She should
That's true. That's true.
balance.
It's only fair, no, to do that at home
Yeah.
with the rest of the family. So do you enjoy New York?
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's good. We actually became to California first. We spent some time in Los Angeles, then in San Francisco.
Oh, that's beautiful, San Francisco. No, you like San Francisco?
Muir Woods?
Yeah, it's near San Francisco.
It's a forest, very old forest.
With big trees, huge trees.
Wow,
Trees, hundreds of years old.
wow, beautiful.
We went to Facebook office. She had a conversation with the CEO.
I enjoyed time in LA because we went to Disneyland.
You did?
Yes.
Wow,
We had
that's girlish. That's something girlish to do, no?
Splash Mountain?
Yeah, Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain,
It was
yeah.
so scary.
You get wet and, no?
Yes.
She was screaming, and I told her she was behind and I was in the front. Look, Malala, you're the bravest girl in the world. Please.
Remember.
I should go there.
Okay, great. Thank you. Very nice meeting you. Really, thank you. I appreciate it. In Pakistan, it's cold. It's hot.
Very hot.
Very hot. We have a lot of similarities in my country. I don't know if you're aware or have read something, but in terms of education.
Like Mexico.
In Mexico, yeah. So we're going to start.
Déjame preguntar, mami. Don't say.
No.
¿El que te viste o el que te desviste?
Es muy sensual.
Claro.
Is it the time to say goodbye?
No, we are 10 more.
Ya, carnal.
Tienes enojo, tienes rabia, tienes coraje. Mataste a tu hija. Yo te decía que me dieras un beso y no quería.
Sí, porque
Quítate la camisa, Joaquín. Muchas gracias, caramba. ¿Qué tal,
Do you laugh at yourself?
Do I?
Are you shy, Sofía?
How shy I am.
Para conquistar a tantas mujeres en tu vida, ¿qué hacías? Los expresidentes son como los jarritos chinos.
Están muy bonitos, pero ¿qué hago con ellos?
oye, que tiene razón.
¿Tienes algo? Esas son viejas, caramba.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I've been after you for a very long time because I admire you and respect you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I am Malala. But I am Malala, finally. It's not only you. There are thousands and millions of Malalas all over the world, no?
So when I was attacked, when I was shot, after that, I did not know that there were so many people who were supporting me. And after a while, my father and some other people, they showed me some pictures, some cards and letters. And I saw so many girls and people who were raising the banners of I am Malala, and who were there with me and who said that we stand up for education with you. So I felt really honored and very happy that there might be a few bad people in this world, but this world is full of millions of good people and who want education, who want peace, who want equality. That really gave me hope, and that's why I'm here. I'm still continuing the education campaign.
And you're very committed to that.
Yes, because I believe that this is my second life, and before this incident I was a little bit scared. I used to think I might be attacked and how would it feel, but after I was attacked I became stronger, and as I said that my weakness, fear and hopelessness died, and strength, power and courage was born. So I feel more courageous, and I believe that even death is supporting me in my cause. So that's why I'm really committed, and I have made this as a goal of my life. So this is a second life, and it's totally
It is literally, no?
Yes. My mother sometimes calls me that you are 1.5-year-old or 2 years old, because for her I was born on that day.
It's been 2 years now. Is that a recurrent nightmare, the moment of the shot, the day of the shot? Do you ever think of it, or you?
So the good thing is that I don't remember that incident, but my friends told me that when the two people came and they stopped the bus and one asked, who is Malala? I did not get time to answer that question, otherwise I would have said that I am Malala and I stand up for education, not only for my education but for the education of your sons and daughters, for your children. But then he fired 3 bullets, and I was only 3 minutes away from my house in my school bus, but the journey was so long that I didn't reach my home back. And I'm hopeful that one day I'll go back to Pakistan. I will go back to my home and meet my friend. I'm still like hopeful about that. But other than that, I don't think about that incident, and I think it was just part of my past, and the good thing is that I don't remember, so that's why I don't think about it. And I'm always hopeful, optimistic, and I think we should think about future and what more good things can we do.
Malala, but it all started for you just wanting to study, to go to school, no? It's
So-
amazing. I mean, it's unbelievable. It started like that. I want to go to school.
So I know when you said that Malala did a campaign for wanting to go to school, but for us it was like a diamond, and we were trying to struggle for it. It was so precious, and the Taliban, they snatched it from us, and at that time they destroyed more than 400 schools, and they were totally against the freedom of women, against the education of women, against the empowerment of women. And this is what I did not want to be deprived of. I wanted to get quality education, to be who really I am, and not to be just a housewife and cook all the day and just to be a sister or a daughter, but I also wanted to be recognized as a woman and as a human being. That's why I had to stand up. And I usually tell people that I only had two options, either to remain silent and wait to be killed, or to speak up and then be killed. And I chose the second one because I did not want to live in that terrible situation of terrorism, but I wanted to speak for peace and for education. I wanted to go to school and make all my dreams come true.
And you did, and you survived, and you're doing all this that you dreamed of, no?
Yes, now I'm feeling more powerful because there's the support of people, and I'm not alone. There are thousands of people, and I have received so many letters and good wish cards and
How
teddy
many
bears.
letters? Thousands of letters
Oh,
all
yes.
over the world?
More than like 8,000-9,000, and I'm still receiving.
You keep them with you?
Oh yes, we are trying to keep them in a very nice place so that they don't get lost. They're very precious for me.
Yeah, should be.
Yes, so it's like now the support of people. I have received calls from all over the world: Australia, New Zealand, Pakistan, America, Mexico, everywhere, every corner. And it shows that this is not the campaign of just one girl, but this is the campaign of every person all over the world, and they all want education for their children. And this issue is not the issue only limited to the developing countries, but even in the developed countries, many people want quality education. So there are schools, but there isn't quality education in the schools. There are other difficulties for the children. So people really want their children to get quality education, and that's why they're with me. We all are together.
I come from a country with pretty much similar things that you talk about in your book. How were schools, for example, in Pakistan? 50% of the population are poor. And I always say that women, indigenous women, have a triple contempt because they are poor, they are indigenous, and they are women, which is a very different story in our countries. Whenever you see how women get along in other countries, and you wish that in your country would be the same, no?
Well, I always talk about women empowerment, and I think it can be brought into practice, and it can be achieved by giving quality education to girls and making sure that every girl gets education, because we have seen many illiterate men getting jobs, but when it comes to an illiterate woman, then she can't get a job. She can't be who she wants. And this is this discrimination of society that we have for many, many years. And there are, like, even in the USA, there's still not a woman president yet. And if we think about the movie industry, women are paid less than men in many other fields of lives as well. So there is this discrimination. We think that things are really positive, but in some ways they are, because there was a big struggle for the right of vote for women, and it was achieved because of the struggle of women. But there are so many other rights as well which are still not being given to women, and for which they need to continue their struggle. And there is like this shadow, like there is this, people cannot understand that now the issues that women are facing in the developed countries, they are not highlighted yet, and I think it needs to be highlighted, and women especially, needs to stand up. We do not need to ask men to stand up for our rights, but I think we should do it ourselves. And the good thing about the developing countries is that the issues are highlighted. People know that women are discriminated, but here I think it needs to be highlighted, and the truth needs to be told.
Were you raised like that? I mean, you belong to a family which was born there, your mother, your father, etc. Were you raised like that? Because your father has been a light in your life also, no?
My father is a very important part of my life, and he's not only my father but my friend as well. And the same is my mother. She always encourages me to tell the truth, and I think what we are striving for is truth. And my father always supported me in the cause of education, and he himself was struggling for it, and I got inspired.
He was a headmaster in the school. No?
Yes, so he's still running that school. He's still the director of that school, and he started it with 4 students. Now there are like more than 1,000. So he loves education, and he thinks that a country can be a developed country and can become they can achieve progress, and they can be successful by empowering women and by giving opportunities, equal opportunities to women. So my father, he has a very important role in my life, and he encourages me, but as well as situation, like circumstances, they can change you as well. So my life was different than the life of children who are 10 years old here in the USA, who do not see the Taliban on the streets, who do not see guns, who do not hear bomb blasts every night, who do not hear firing every night. This was my life at that time, and schools were blasted, and it was quite difficult to live there. Even there was fear, and we did not want to live in that situation. So I think maybe the situation also brought change in my life.
And your brothers, you have 2 brothers.
Yes.
They've been raised different, I guess, from the families in Pakistan. I mean, between genders,
Yes.
boys and girls, no?
So the biggest contribution of my father to me is that he let me to be free and to be independent and to be treated equally. He treated me and my brothers equally. So we all went to school. We all got equal education, equal support. My brothers think that they are being discriminated, but I think that's not true. It's what they think. I think that kind of discrimination is okay.
Of course.
But they do tell my father that you only like take care of your daughter and not us, and but they're okay. They're brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers. It's
They're
a family.
brothers.
Do you get along well? Do you?
Well,
Your
we do
youngest
fight.
brother. You do fight.
We do fight, verbal fight, sometimes physical fighting. We have to stop them, and they also fight with each other.
Of course.
Yeah, so they play on Xbox and those things, and I tell them that focus on your education, study, and I'm telling them that I'm asking the whole world to focus on education, to continue their studies, and to stand up for their rights. And you have got this opportunity, then you should study more. You should work hard, read books. They don't read books.
They
And
don't
I
like to read books. I know children nowadays, they don't read books.
So I think reading books is very important. So when I was in Pakistan, I read only 8 or 9 books in my whole 15 years when I was there.
Which was the first book you read? You remember?
I read a book, Meena, and I also read the book, The Alchemist. Meena was about the story of an Afghan girl who stood up for women's rights. Then I read The Alchemist, which is by Paulo Coelho. Yes, and I also read some other books, but I read only 8 or 9 books, and people thought I was a bookish girl because I loved reading, and other students did not read books other than their textbooks at school. But when I was brought to the UK, I discovered that there were so many children who had read hundreds of books, and the teachers support them, the teacher encourages them to read books, and whenever there's a holiday, the teacher would give you like 5 or 6 books to read.
To take home too.
Yes. And for me, when I compare myself and compare the students there in my place here to students here, I think here students read a lot of books, so that's great. But now there are some children here, even here as well, who are not that much interested. But
in books, yeah, I know.
Yes, but I think reading books is very important because you read about other people's stories, you learn more, and your mind, your brain is not limited to a few things, but you become broad-minded. You know about others. And because sometimes we are just limited, our knowledge or understanding is so limited that we don't think about other people.
The whole world. You
Yes.
discover the whole world.
You
in a
discover the
book,
whole world.
No, by
Yes.
reading. Have you read Harry Potter, for example?
No.
No.
But I have seen the movies, and but I am really interested in reading novels and real stories.
History.
Yes, and stories which you can see in real life. I don't really believe in magic and those things anymore. I used to believe in magic. I used to watch dramas and television series in which I would see like there would be a magic pencil, and I always prayed to God for the magic pencil with which you can draw things and the things will become true. and I also wanted magic from God to give me this opportunity to change the whole situation in Swat, and I wanted just peace in 2 seconds. I wanted to go back to school, but I think the magic really was the voice that God gave me, and that was the real magic, and it really changed the situation.
Were you always different from the rest of your friends, for example? Did you feel, did you see yourself different as the rest when you were there in Pakistan?
I think
it was pretty much the same with the rest of the girls and your friends. And
I think everyone is different from other person in a way. My behavior, my attitude might be different from others, but I think we all were the same.
Your wishes,
yes, we all wish to get education, but then I was more interested in politics, in knowing about history and how to solve issues. But I think some of my friends, they were better than me in many things, and I saw so many girls in my class, in my school, who were working so hard to get their education, and they're still working hard because they believe that this is the only way they can go forward in their lives and be who they want.
do you miss your hometown?
Of course,
what
I do.
What do you miss the most?
Well, I miss my school, but now I can no more go to school because now we are a bit like, we had to leave our school at this stage. Now I'm 17, and all my friends there now are in colleges. So I miss my school, miss my teachers, my street, my home, and everything. Even though I describe Swat Valley as a beautiful valley with tall mountains and lush green hills and trees and rivers, but they were like, there was the main city part, it was not that much clean. So I still miss like the dirty places as well, where there used to be a lot of garbage. So I miss everything there.
Where
it was so
where
precious.
you used to play, no?
Yes, where you were playing in the streets, playing hide and seek, playing at school, enjoying, having fun, everything.
And your life in England, how is it? Do you like England?
So
English people?
So in Pakistan we had 4 seasons: winter, summer, autumn, spring. In the UK there's only one, winter. So it's always cold. But I'm enjoying my time in the UK because it's such a nice country. They follow the traffic rules, and which is quite uncommon for me.
For me too. My country is the same. That's why I'm telling you. I understand, yeah.
But I think we both need to change our countries.
Oh, of course.
So follow the traffic rules, very nice people, and I'm enjoying, but they have very good education system, and I'm very happy that I'm in a very good school, and I want to continue.
Are you attending school or you're taking lessons?
I'm attending school. I go to school. There's assembly in the morning. I have to do my homeworks. I'm in a class. I have to answer the questions. Sometimes my answer is wrong. So like a normal student.
Yeah,
totally
I'm asking
normal.
you this because you travel a lot. I mean,
Yes.
you're with this, your campaign and your book, and you travel a lot. So that's why I'm asking if you do attend school.
So for me, education is very important, and I believe that we should focus on our education and we should get quality education. That's why I go to events only on the weekends, holidays. So this is the summer holiday. That's why I'm here for this book. But other than that, I don't miss my school days. Even though I have in the past year, but now I have decided.
Try not to do it no more.
No more.
And what do you want to study? Do you know already? College?
I'm interested in studying history, English, religious studies, geography, in these subjects. Even though I like physics, but it's quite difficult subject and it needs brain. I think I have lost it long ago. So
come on.
I think
you're a doll.
I think I might not be very much good at it. I just like it, so I want to continue with the other subjects.
I know once you wanted to be a doctor, no?
Yes, I wanted to be a doctor, but now I'm no more interested in science subjects. I like studying about history and politics, and I might do PPE, politics, philosophy and economics in my university. So I'm interested in joining politics, and because I really love my country, Pakistan, and I'm proud of Pakistan. It's a great country, and the people of Pakistan love peace. They want every child to be educated. There are a few bad people, terrorists, who have misused the name of Islam and as well as shown a bad image of Pakistan to the world. But this is not the real Pakistan which the Taliban shows and which the other terrorists shows. Real Pakistan is the people who are loving education, who want Pakistan to be a developed country, to be a country of democracy, and to see every child there at school. So I want to serve my country, and I have chosen politics because through politics I can serve the whole nation, the whole country.
You still want to be the Prime Minister?
I hope so, if people vote. It depends on voting.
No, of course it depends on voting. In the best of the cases.
Yeah.
Well, you had in Pakistan a woman
Prime Minister, Benazir Bhutto.
Benazir Bhutto. Have you read of her?
I used to see her on TV, and she was in exile as well. She was in the UK, but when she returned...
She studied in Oxford, no?
Yes.
Oxford.
And I'm really excited that, because I want to go to Oxford, but it's very cold there, but so I have
very
to
cold.
face,
I have a brother who studied
I have to fight against the weather. Other than that, I also want to come to Harvard because I think it's a good university, and I should see both the countries. But Benazir Bhutto in 2007, when she was assassinated, she was a hope for all of us, because we thought that we have a woman prime minister, and she has come back to country with a lot of hopes, and she wants to bring change. So she was an example, at least, to every woman in Pakistan and all over the world, including the USA, that a woman can become a prime minister, a president, and she has this potential and this skill. So it showed a very good image to women.
Who inspires you, Malala? Because you're an inspiration for all of us, and for men and women all over the world, and children. Who inspires you?
So I always learn from others, and I'm still learning. And my inspirations are my parents, my father, my mother, and my mother especially, because she's never mentioned, but she is the one who encouraged both me and my father. And she would always say that you are on the path of truth.
Wasn't she scared? I mean, we mothers were always scared about what can happen to our children, to our daughters. And
well, she used to get scared, and she did not want to lose me. But she also wanted to stand up for the truth. And he said that if I can't speak, I support you to speak, because she said that if I had this opportunity, I would have spoken as well. So she would always say that you are on the path of the truth, and you will succeed. And she believed strongly that falsehood has to die and truth has to win.
Reading and writing makes a difference, no? In someone's life, it makes a difference.
For her, for her education is very important, because when she was little, she went to school for a while, but then she saw that in her classroom they were all boys, and her friends, the girls, they were playing and enjoying their time. So she sold her books,
just like in the
candies.
meanwhile, no?
Yes. And then she sold the books, bought candies, and she just started being with her friends, and she stopped going to school. But no one really encouraged her that she should continue it, because at that time people did not know that it is important for women to get quality education, and so no one was there to encourage her. But now she has started learning. She goes to an English learning center 5 days a week.
Wow.
And she does her homework. She has now learned how to introduce herself. She knows like the months of a year, days of the week. So she's learning a lot every day. And now she can go to a supermarket on her own, buy things, can communicate better. So that's all the progress that she has made, and I'm really happy with that.
It's a great deal.
And she's like encouraging me as well, and giving a positive message to me as well, that my mother wants to get education, and now she also gives a message to children and to both girls and boys right now, that she has missed her school, and she's really sad because of that. So you should not miss your school. You should go to school, and you should continue your education, which is very important for your life.
Whenever your brothers say, I don't want to go to school, you say you do want to go to school. No?
Well, brothers are brothers, and I think better to realize it now than later, because this time would be gone and you would no more be able to come back to the past. So better to realize it now.
Do you ever think that if you would have stayed in Pakistan, you by this time maybe would be married, or maybe have a child or two?
So a time came in my life that I thought that I would just get married, have children at the age of 14, 15. And it was the time when education was banned, and it was the month of January 2009. At that time, the Taliban announced that no girl can go to school anymore. And I felt that I would be just a housewife, a sister, a mother. I won't really be a woman, a human being, and I won't be able to show my talents and to show that yes, I can also contribute to my society and to help my country. That was the time. But I'm really lucky that I have got so nice parents. If I wouldn't have these parents, then I might have become a housewife quite early.
What about your friends? Do you keep in touch with your friends back home in Pakistan?
Yes, yes. So I think thanks to social media and the technology and everything, we talk on Skype, we talk on phone, and she shares stories with me. So I ask her what is the latest news, what is the breaking news. So she tells me everything, and she's still going to school, and that's great. She's continuing her education. But some of my friends, a few, they have got engaged and their marriages very soon, so they won't be able to finish their education, but most of them are going to school.
Well, it all started in a blog, no?
Yes.
In the social media and in a blog, and that's because of technology also, that you were very well known all over the world.
I think it's very important that we use the social media in a good way. So it's good to use it for selfies or WhatsApp, but I think it's also good that we use it for this good purpose of education, and do the campaign through the social media, and it can be very powerful, very powerful. So I think social media is only a tool. It's neither bad nor good. It depends on how we use it. It's just a tool. It depends on how we use it. So I think we should use it in a good way.
What would you say to people that say that you are a tool?
Me?
Yeah, you're being used by Western politicians and etc.
I think I have a heart and I have brain as well, and the cause which I'm standing for is totally education. And when it comes to education, then there is no difference between the West and the East. And there are a few people who say this, but I think most of the people are really positive and they are supporting me. And I just believe that I do not want people to support me, but I want people to support my cause, that is education. So if someone thinks that we don't like Malala, that's fine. That those people should only support education.
Not you. Tell me about this new edition of I Am Malala, which is the same story. It's the story of your life.
So we had adult edition of I Am Malala, and we included politics and history in that because it was important for people to understand how Talibanization started, and but it was also about my story, that book. But we also wanted to reach children because I stand up for the rights of children, for their education, for the rights of girls to go to school. So I think it was important for us to have a book which is much simpler and easier for children to understand. So that's why we decided we will write a children edition of the book I Am Malala, and here it is. So it has now my story. It doesn't have that much story of my father anymore. The adults one had a lot of history as well. So this one is my story, a little bit of history and things about the past. But we wrote this book.
Who helped you write it? I mean, who helps you with everything?
Well, there's a co-author, Patricia, but he's a very nice person. And it's important when you write a book that you know where to begin, where to stop, how to write it in a good way that the reader can understand it better. So I can tell a story, but it might not be in a good way. So telling story in a nice way is also important. So she's amazing author, and also to write it in a way that it's suitable for children to understand. Mm-hmm. That's why we had a co-author. I'm not that much experienced in writing books, so I tried my best. But this book is a message.
I read the other one. It's a great book.
Oh, thank you. But this book is a message to children in the developed countries and in the developing countries. So children who have this opportunity to go to school, they should realize its importance right now, and they should continue it. and how necessary it is for their life, how significant it is for their life. And they should also stand up for those children who are deprived of education. And this book also gives a message to those children who are deprived of their rights to education. And it gives a message to them that they should stand up for their rights. They should not wait for someone else to come and help them, but they should think that it is their life, it is their goal, and they should do something for it, they should speak.
In Mexico, we just, Congress just passed reform in education. That's why I was so interested in talking to you about all these things and all these issues that, all the countries have their own issues. But in Mexico, I mean, I was telling you earlier, studying is a right. Education is a right. But then again, in many countries, it becomes a privilege.
I think the same is in Nigeria, in Pakistan, in India, in Afghanistan. And as you mentioned, there are so many problems in Mexico and even in America. So I think there are so many problems in these countries, but these problems need to be solved. And there are 10.5 million children in Nigeria who are out of school. And you might have heard about the 200 girls who were abducted by Boko Haram.
Yeah, you were with them.
Yes,
no?
so I went on my 17th birthday to Nigeria. It was through the Malala Fund, because we have set up the Malala Fund to do advocacy and to work on the ground. So I went on my 17th birthday to speak up for my sisters, and I met those girls who escaped from the abduction. They jumped down from the running vehicles and the trucks, and their bodies got injured. And when I met them, they said that no one is taking care of them anymore, and they're no more going to schools. And the parents, they were crying, and all they wanted was their daughters.
You met their parents also?
Yes, I met their parents. And I decided that I will meet the parents and the girls first before meeting the president, so I can raise their voices and I can represent them.
And you talked to the president about
Yes.
that?
And I talked to the president of Nigeria that this is what your citizen, this is what your people are saying. And he promised me two things. The first one was that he would definitely meet the parents and the girls.
And he did?
And he did right at the next week, because before that he hadn't met them. He hadn't met them for 3 months. And then he also promised that he will make sure that the girls are released as soon as possible, and they would choose the best option for that, so that the girls reach their homes safely and alive. That was the advocacy that we did. So this is like the situation in many countries, in Nigeria, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan. There are so many difficulties for children to get their education. And the issues are many. So sometimes it's because of poverty, sometimes because the government is not focusing on it and spending much money on army, on military, and not spending money on education. Sometimes it's because of child labor, child trafficking, and early child forced marriages. And sometimes there are like cultural taboos that you have to fight against. And there's this image that educating girls is not important, and educating girls is just a waste of money, or she has to marry, why should we educate her? So these are all the issues that we have to fight against if we want to see every child going to school.
But one last question. Do you ever feel like it's a lot of responsibility and the world is expecting so much from Malala? Isn't it too heavy now and then? I mean,
I'm not sure whether the world would be expecting a lot from me, but
yes, we are. And you should be, I mean, maybe you expect too much from yourself also. And,
So I know that the world would be expecting a lot from me, but not that much as I expect from myself. And I have so many expectations from myself, and this is the true cause of my life. And I want to continue it until I see every child going to school. And I know it will take time. I know it would be a long journey, a difficult journey as well. But if we work together, if we make it our top priority, then I think it will soon be achieved. This goal would be achieved, because we have some good things in our history. Long ago, women were not allowed to go to vote. And through the struggle of women, this goal was achieved. And there was discrimination on the basis of the skin color of people. And through the struggle of Martin Luther King Jr. and Nelson Mandela, a change was brought into society,
but it
into
still
the
happens.
world.
We still have a long way to go.
Well, it still happens,
but it has changed.
But not on that long basis, not proudly as it used to happen. Now it happens, but still happens. I know even though women have the right to vote, but there are this pressure of family. Men don't let them to go out of their houses. So how can they vote? So there are some issues right now, but still we have a positive image from our history that things can be changed with the passage of time if you struggle. So I have this hope that we will bring a change.
Stronger than?
Stronger than terrorism, stronger than fear, stronger than any kind of obstacle in our life that can stop us from doing this campaign. So, and this is my message to every child, every girl and every boy, that we are stronger. We are stronger than fear and terrorism. We are stronger than bullying. We are stronger than fear. So we should believe in ourselves. We should continue our campaign. We should continue our hard work and focus on our education, and think that when we get education, we are not only empowering ourselves, but we are helping our society as well. We are helping our community in our country to build up.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
all I can
much.
say. Really, congratulations, and thank you very much on behalf of all women and all children. I know a lot of children in my country which are also suffering and not allowed to study, and really thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So, me llamo Malala, and gracias.
Gracias a ti, Malala. Gracias. Estás bellísima.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. How do you call this in your hair? A chador? No.
Chadar.
A chador?
Chadar it's also called chadar. It's also, in English, it's called shawl.
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 But in...
It's chadar, yeah.
Chalda, yeah.
Chadar.
And you never use a burqa? You've ever used burqa?
Once.
Once? And it's uncomfortable, no? I mean, it's...
Yeah. But I didn't cover my face. I was just wearing it because I was 10 or 11, and I saw so many girls wearing it, and I saw, oh, it became a fashion, even though the girls were not realizing that they're forced to wear it. Then I stopped wearing it.
Yeah, yeah. I have one. They gave me one as a present, and it's heavy. It's very heavy. Yeah, I once wear it, and it's very heavy.
Adela, welcome. I love your questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you come to
Like
Mexico.
your answers.
Yeah.
Even better.
How demanding is he?
He's a father.
He's hot.
Sorry, 1 second.
One soul in two bodies. I love that one. I love that one. One soul in two bodies.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great father.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
He's not supporting my brother, so I might not support him anymore.
You should come to Mexico.
She
really.
said that this friendship is in danger. Because
This friendship is in danger.
Maybe the soul would split apart.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Are you religious? Are you very religious? The family?
We are religious in a way that our religion says that you should love each other, you should respect each other, you should be tolerant, you should be patient.
We love religion, and we use religion as a spiritual power. That's it.
It's like
It's a
not,
spiritual
Yeah.
power.
we are not
Which is.
Because-
That's what it
because
is at the end of the
when
story.
nothing works, there is complete darkness,
Only,
despair,
only faith.
disappointment. Then God comes.
Yeah,
Jesus
only
comes.
faith.
Khuda comes. Believe it.
Allah comes.
Allah
Allah
comes.
comes.
Buddha comes. Whatever you
Buddha
believe
comes.
in. Yeah,
it's
sure.
like you.
Yeah,
But there is a need of that. This is our experience in life.
I know.
If you ask an atheist, he may have different experience. But this is our
But it's faith. At the
They
end of
still
the
believe
day,
in,
it's.
in a spirit that there is something.
You'll astonish, there are a few verses in the Holy Quran. This is a very big book, you know.
I know. It's a
And
beautiful
her
book.
uncle, the very next, when she was attacked, the very next,
I need to go to the washroom.
the very, washroom is on the left side, go straight, left side, and there are very nice washrooms, believe me. Innovation in washrooms.
Toto, they're the best.
Yeah, you are there. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, her uncle told my daughter that, my wife, that if you read these 10 verses from this particular chapter of the Holy Quran, just read it again and again, and you will feel something there. God will help you. And believe me, I was drowsy because I could not sleep all the night. You know,
Yeah,
when
sure,
your
yeah.
daughter is on the verge
Of course,
fainting,
yes,
it's
of
difficult to
course.
sleep. And my wife told me, she calls me Khesta, as a name for me, informal name. And she told me, look, after reading these verses, I feel that some metaphysical power has told me that she will survive.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have all that.
And I saw a kind of, I mean,
You felt some
but
tranquility.
Tranquility, and the tranquility which came on her face, it was what seemed below me. So
That's good.
yeah,
That's
because
good,
she's
of course.
stronger believer than me, to be honest.
Really?
I'm always.
And you
kept
never
it-
tried to teach her how to read and write? You never tried to teach her, your wife, how to read and write?
You see, we married when she was 25 years old, and when we shifted to Swat, she started classes there in my school as well. But it was a Pashtun society.
Yeah, I
we
know,
didn't
yeah.
taught about formal education from the right beginning. In 25 years, you see. Then she had a family, but I encouraged her to be the part of the political life, economic life. I mean, to go to different meetings, meet
And she
the
grew.
women.
She grew a
To
lot.
go to the market, to take the children to the hospital.
But what the rest of the women say about that, about you encouraging your wife?
I mean, people
and-
don't like it
Yeah,
because
they don't
to
like
be
it.
a brave husband, to be a more dictatorial towards your wife, to be a more controlling authority for your wife and daughter.
Macho, we say in Mexico. Macho.
Macho.
Macho. That's the macho. That's the way men. The attitude, you
A
know.
powerful man is the man who controls his wife and daughters more and more. And if he lets them, he's got a car.
Yeah, I know. And so, would you like to marry a Pakistani, for example, and go?
It depends on the looks of the boy.
I love you. Thank you. Can we have a picture just for my archives? Thank
When
you.
we are free,
Yes, please.
stand here, please. Don't go.
Here, would you like to?
The three of us.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. No. Yes. Sure. Okay.
You're still friends.
Maybe not.
Perfect. Fabulous.
Keep
All
it.
right.
A couple of more minutes. Thank you so much.
We're ready
Thank
to
you.
head
and
out.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Thank
Bye
you
bye.
both.
Thank you. Bye bye, Christian. Thank you so much. I don't know if you have a picture in the iPhone and you can mirror it in your session.